Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube video. As you can see from the title, today I'm going to be showing you how I built my very own PC. This PC was built 100% by myself. I had no help from any men, any dads, or any PC professionals. I relied heavily on YouTube tutorials and YouTube videos to enable me to build this PC. I had a lot of fun. I did make some mistakes along the way, but it's functioning 100%. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy watching me build this PC and put everything together. So we're starting off with the motherboard. I got the Asus Prime B550, which is an AMD motherboard. The reason why I picked this board out specifically was because it had special silver accents and I thought it fit the aesthetic of my build. For the CPU, I'm using the Ryzen 5 5600. This part, you need to make sure that you're really careful when installing the CPU, as the CPU does have special pins at the back which are very sensitive and can easily break. So now I'm lifting the lever and making sure to place the triangle on the CPU in line with the triangle on the motherboard. And just like that, the CPU is in, and now I'm closing the lever to secure the CPU in place. For the RAM, I'm using the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro. I went with the white look as I'm going for a white aesthetic with my PC build. When inserting the RAM, you need to make sure to insert them into slots 2 and 4 because apparently it allows for dual channel, which is something that I learned on YouTube. These are two 8GB RAM sticks which run at a frequency of 3600 MHz. For storage, I picked up a M.2 SSD. It has a size of 1 TB. I opted for an M.2 SSD because it's much faster than a normal SSD or a hard drive. So now I'm slotting in the M.2 into the slot and securing it in place with a screw. For the case, I chose the Corsair 4000D. I'm just removing all the tape that comes with it and removing the dust filter to prepare the case for the rest of the PC parts. I'm now taking out the I/O shield and placing it at the back of the case. I'm removing all the case fans as I want to go for a more uniform look as all my fans are white, so I'm just taking it out. For cooling, I opted for the Corsair H100i AIO cooler. I opted for an AIO cooler because it's much cooler than a normal air cooler. So now I'm just removing all the parts from the box and preparing the radiator for the fans. For this build, I use the Corsair 650 watt. I'm just removing all the cables from the box and getting the power supply ready for the case. So for the next part, you'll see me installing the power supply into the case, as well as installing the AIO liquid cooler onto the fan and onto the CPU. And I'll do a bit of cable management in between. Now I'm installing the case fans into the case. This was one of the most frustrating parts of the build, as the screws were terrible and it didn't want to go in, but I managed to get it running in the end. This is the 24-pin cable. It connects directly onto the motherboard and supplies power to the motherboard. And now for the star of the show, also one of the most expensive parts of the build is GPU. I got the Zotac 3060 Ti and I got it in white. And now for the most nerve-wracking part of the whole build, it's time to turn on the PC and see if it lights on. And she's alive! I was so happy that I even did a happy dance. I didn't believe that it was turning on. And now I'm just making sure to put all the case parts back together and to do a satisfying peel.